Hey, what's up, house groups? On Sunday, we started a brand new series called How to Hug a Vampire, loving the people who suck the life out of you. And we all have those people who are difficult to love, who just drain the energy and the fun and the joy right out of our souls. I used to work with a guy who was a vampire. He was a real pain in the neck. Vampire joke. I got so many more of those. Buckle up for the next month of your life. I hope you like them. But here's the deal. It's easy to identify the soul-sucking, life-sucking behaviors in other people. And it's kind of fun to pick up a magnifying glass and point out all of their faults and all the things that they do and they say and all the ways that they are that are draining and frustrating and annoying for us. But it's really hard to look in the mirror and realize those same tendencies in ourselves. Magnifying glasses are a whole lot more fun than mirrors. But when we don't recognize that we're broken and we're messed up and we're imperfect and we can get on other people's last nerves too, then we kind of walk around with this sense of pride and this sense of self-righteousness that cuts us off from relationship. In Romans chapter 12, Paul writes about how to do community, about how the church is supposed to be a body, how we're supposed to function together and how we're supposed to love one another. And he kicks off that thought about how to love each other well and how to do community well with the phrase, do not think more highly of yourself than you ought to. Which is kind of a crazy way to kick off the thought, but Paul's saying, look, pride kills community. Pride kills connection. Self-righteousness inhibits our ability to walk alongside other people who are broken too, because it creates a space where we only come alongside them in a manner that's condescending, that's self-serving, that's manipulative, like they are a project we need to fix, not a fellow struggler along the journey of life. And so when Jesus talked about this in Matthew chapter 7, we read it on Sunday, and we'll read it tonight in groups. He said, hey, before you're going to get the speck out of your brother's eye, before you can walk alongside broken people, before you can put your arm around the vampires in your life and learn to hug them and help them be a better version of who God created them to be, before you can get the speck out of their eye, you got to get the plank out of your own eye. You got to take a look in the mirror first and realize that you're all messed up. You're broken and sinful, and you suck the life out of other people, and you sucked the life right out of the Son of God. Like, we're so sinful, Jesus had to give up his life for our sake. And only when we realize that, only when we realize that sometimes we can be a drain too, can we approach the vampires in our lives and the difficult people in our lives with a humility that allows us to love them through their brokenness. And that's what we got to do. And it's hard to walk towards those people. I got someone in my life who is the classic example. Every time I think about soul-sucking, life-sucking people, this person comes into my mind. And I've always thought of it as kind of a one-way relationship. I've had this pride about me, like he was a project and I'm trying to fix him and help him. And I fill up his tank and he drains my tank. And then I was convicted this week. I took a look at the text message conversation between us, and he's texted me 7 times without getting a text back. And admittedly, some of those were like 3 in the morning, 3:45 in the morning. And I decided a while ago that I just couldn't wake up in the middle of the night and keep responding to him. But 7 straight times makes me realize, hey, maybe I'm vampiring him too. 7 times. If any of you texted me, you'd get a response. Maybe not right away, but pretty quickly. And it wouldn't take 7 times, even if I forgot, for me to get back to you. But like, he sucks the life out of me, but I'm sucking the life out of him too, because I'm broken and I need to approach this thing with a way deeper sense of humility. And humility isn't self-loathing. Humility isn't beating yourself up. Humility is just honesty. It's just saying, look, there are people in the world who are vampires and they're difficult to love, and I am one of those people, and God loved me anyway. And if he loved me, I can walk towards the broken people in my life rather than run away from them, because that's what God's calling me to do. And if we can do that, if we can walk towards broken people, we can show the love of Jesus to a shattered world in a way that points them toward him. And step 1 is realizing that we're vampires too.